The World Poker Tour. The biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. The WPT is a series of international high-stakes poker tournaments that can turn amateur players into millionaires and make professionals into superstars. With millions of dollars on the line, it's time for these three players to live the dream of fame, fortune, and the one thing money can't buy, a WPT title. Tonight on the World Poker Tour.
Hi, everyone. We are back at the beautiful Borgata Hotel, Casino, and Spa in Atlantic City for the exciting conclusion of the Borgata Poker Open. I'm Mike Sexton, along with Vince Van Patten, and this is the WPT.
And, Mike, it is always great to be back at Borgata. I mean, this is the hottest spot on the Jersey coast. But I'll tell you something. At the final table, it's not that hot for some of these players. It's been very intense. And in case you missed it, here's a little recap.
The first to draw blood was the online pro from New York, Olivier Busquet.
Sabaton running through a brick wall this time.
When he sent the short stack packing back to Chicago.
Yes, but it was another New Yorker, the trash-talking accountant, Jeremy Brown.
Keith is getting felted.
Whose numbers were all adding up.
You cut the alcohol off.
Because his table talk got the local real estate investor to make a move at the wrong time, and then he hit his card of destiny against a cash game pro out of Canada to give him the overwhelming chip lead.
That was so sick.
Well, the race for the title, the cash, and the WPT bracelet is heating up. Who's got what it takes to cross the finish line?
The wait is over. We are about to begin. Let's go watch him gamble.
Well, this Borgata Poker Open had the largest field in the history of the WPT with 1,018 players. We are down to our final three. The Canadian Ivan Mamuzic on the short stack right now with $2.7 million in chips.
And here's the online pro Olivier Busquet from New York with $9.5 million.
And our chip leader, the Penn State grad Jeremy Brown with over $18 million.
All right, the antes are 20,000, blinds are 100 and 200,000. Let's go to the felt. Action on Ivan Mamuzic.
Ivan, a student out of Canada,
500.
Gets out of the way here to let the two chip leaders go at it.
Well, Jeremy with ace-8 has raised to 500,000. Olivier right now with a king-5.
Look at this, Vince. He's going to come right over the top here with just a king-5 offsuit.
There's Olivier's girlfriend in the audience, Lorelei.
I was getting ready to tell you you're making some great laydowns.
Olivier is a heads-up specialist.
And then you go and do that.
This time, his head could come off if he gets too fancy here. He is raised to 1.7.
You want to dance this hand? So we might be doing it.
Two New Yorkers going at each other.
How much more do you have?
I think I started with like 9.
And it says, how much have you got? Wants him to count down the chips
I have
for
about 7.5 million.
All right, I'm all in.
Whoa. What a play here by Jeremy Brown. He's moved all in with an ace-8 offsuit.
And Olivier quickly mucked his hand. And there are Jeremy's friends, the Brew Boys, partying it up in the front row, loving it. Well, the stakes so high for these guys. Look at that. The winner going to take home close to $1 million.
Well, what a great all-in bet by Jeremy Brown right there to take down that pot.
And this hand right now, Jeremy's picked up a wired pair of 6s.
500.
Going to make it 500,000. Olivier, disgusted, goes out. And Ivan Mamuzic, he has said all in. He's got a pair of 3s here. And a quick call by Jeremy with the 6s. Jeremy loving this.
Cooler.
Well, of course he's loving it because you got your position where you're an 80% favorite to win the hand. It's
domination here at Borgata. Jeremy Brown, the accountant from New York, in a great position to break a player.
He's got the 6s. His opponent's got 2 3s.
Here comes the flop. Oh, and he's caught a 6
right on the flop. It's come queen 9-6. The only way he can lose this pot if it comes 3-3.
Oh.
So the Canadian about to head back north.
It's over.
As the 10 of diamonds comes off on the turn, it is over. Ivan Mamuzic had a great tournament.
That's bottoms up, boys.
Finishing in 3rd.
Just like that. 23 years old, going to pick up $251,000. We're down to heads-up action as Jeremy Brown, our chip leader, has the Brew Boys chugging the beers. What a tournament.
That was just a standard spot. He raised the button. I had 12 blinds left. I shoved 3s. He had 6s.
Can I get another cocktail, please?
Sure about that?
Oh, man.
Am I sure about that? Come on now.
Bottoms up.
He has a big chip lead right now, but Liv is really solid. So if Liv gets lucky once and doubles up, Liv's going to take advantage.
Actually, a round for everybody, including me, too. Please. Patron.
Well, there you go. Cocktails all around for the chip leader.
Heads-up action will begin in just a moment here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to the WPT. Heads-up action is about to begin here at the final table of the Borgata Poker Open.
You know, Mike, there is so much at stake for these two players. You got the cash, the title, the WPT Champions Tiffany bracelet. We had a chance to talk with Jeremy and Olivier during the break, and here's what they had to say.
I have no doubts in my mind that I'm going to win this. I have about a 3-to-1 chip lead on the guy, so I'm not worried at all.
I have a lot more experience playing heads up than he does, so I'm hoping that I can get in a good spot and double up, and then if I double up, then I think my chances are pretty good.
As you can see, both players confident that they're going to take home the title as the beautiful Borgata babes come out with the cash.
Well, as a poker player, it's what you dream about. Playing heads up for a title on the World Poker Tour, and looking at all that cash being put on the table.
Along with the beautiful WPT Tiffany bracelets, it is all on the line.
Hey, you guys got beers over there?
As Jeremy Brown knocks down another beer.
Well, Vince, I think we should call him Jeremy Chug'em Brown. He likes to put him down, but right now it's working well for him as he's got about a 4-to-1 chip advantage as we play heads up for this title. But Vince, remember in the WPT World Championship event where David Chu came back from the great Gus Hansen when he was down 5-to-1 in chip count, so obviously it can be done.
Okay, blinds 100 and 200,000. Action on Olivier Busquet. He has a 8-6 offsuit. The heads-up specialist. He's getting more chips out, though. He's going to raise it to 400,000 to go.
Well, he believes in being aggressive on the button. He's raising it here, and he's quickly getting called.
When in Rome.
Jeremy a little confused about his whereabouts, but nevertheless, here we go with the flop.
I check.
Oh, and he hits a queen right on the flop to take the lead.
Sure does.
He now has top pair.
And he hits the top pair. Snickers, bad tell.
Well, Vince, I'm surprised Olivier just doesn't pick up on these tells better than he does.
475,000.
Okay.
That Olivier has just bet. And a quick call by Jeremy, trying to pretend like he's not strong. We know he is. Here comes the turn.
Well, a nonchalant 3 of clubs comes off. Obviously no help to either player.
1 million.
Back on Jeremy, and this time he's coming out to bet $1 million.
Just in case his opponent's got a straight draw or something. I'm going to give him a free draw at it, so he fires out $1 million. And Olivier is wondering what's going on now. I raised before the flop. The guy didn't re-raise me. I bet on the flop. He called, and all of a sudden he's going to lead out on the turn.
There is.
And Olivier just not buying the fact that this guy's got top pair.
Now Olivier, a heads-up specialist, plays 40 sit-and goes a day, he says.
All in.
He's coming back over the top, and look at this. Jeremy all in on him.
He wins.
And I mean all in without taking a breath. Olivier disgustingly throwing his hand away.
Unreal.
And he is saying, whoa. Well, Jeremy's buddies standing up. They know he's getting close to crossing the finish line now with all the cash.
You got me there, sweetheart?
Unbelievable.
My girl.
Now look at this.
You are my girl.
Guy's seen too many Bruce Willis movies. He is exuding confidence at this moment, taking down the chips, flirting with the ladies.
Now, why not? Life is good here in Atlantic City for Jeremy right now.
Let's go back to this hand. It's on Olivier. This time just a Jack-6 of hearts.
All in, Ski.
We're going to raise it again, Vince. Never calls on the button. He raises every time.
Jeremy says all in again.
Well, you'd think the heads-up specialist might realize now. He's got to wake up and smell the coffee here, Vince, in my mind. Try to keep the pot smaller.
Cheers, guys.
This guy just comes over the top of him every time and takes the pots away from him.
Get a beer.
Well, there you see the graph that shows Jeremy Brown has 94% of the chips in play. That is a massive chip lead. It looks like it's just a matter of time before he crosses the finish line and takes this title.
You know, Jeremy's an amazing person. He's going to be the only guy maybe to take home a WPT title, close to $1 million, and then go directly to AA.
500.
Well, he's got the king, queen of spade here, a big hand and heads up. He makes it a $500,000 to go. Says his favorite hand is the king, queen of diamonds, but I'm sure right now
Get another cocktail?
this one will do just fine to get the chips in there.
Oh, boy. My kind of guy right here.
Olivier better be very careful here, Vince. He's dominated, as we can see. It's king-queen versus queen-6. Yes, he's got a short stack of chips. At some point, you got to make a move with him, but is this the time you want to set him out there with just this hand? He prides himself on being a heads-up specialist. That's all he does professionally, is play online heads-up tournaments.
We win.
He opts to lay it down. A good lay down here by Olivier, but Jeremy has a massive chip lead, about 95% of the chips.
Thought you were coming in there.
There is a big bully here at Borgata, and it's Jeremy Brown.
I was ready for it.
Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
I can tell when a person's weak, pretty much. If they are, I like to put a lot of pressure on them. You don't want to go home this early, do you? I like to run my mouth and try to get under their skin. Guarantee full. Trash talking always brings out more competitiveness in me.
It's too easy off you.
When the WPT comes to Borgata, the property really comes alive. This year we've had a total entry of 1,018 players. We're really excited because this is the largest turnout for a World Poker Tour event. Players like to come to Borgata because we fulfill what they're looking for here in the poker room. There's always a good game here at Borgata.
We are back in Atlantic City for the Borgata Poker Open. Heads Up action continues.
And he's right about one thing. Players do love it here at Borgata. It's a beautiful hotel with a great poker room, and they do a great job of running poker tournaments.
And right now, the guy that's running over the game is Jeremy Brown, the accountant out of New York. 29 million in chips.
It must be all the beer that I'm drinking. It's messing with my head.
He is crushing Olivier Busquet, who has about 1.5 million. He is hanging on by dental floss at this point. Back down to the cards. It's going to be on Olivier. Can he come back?
Well, that's a good way to start right here. He picks up ace-queen on the button. Blinds are 1 in 200,000, so he's going all in right here.
It doesn't quite get the action he wanted.
Well, Jeremy with the 7 deuce.
He wanted me to call him. He wanted me to call him. He can't believe that I didn't call him. He wanted it.
Well, you are exactly right about that, Jeremy.
You know all those pros that say,
He can't believe it.
you know, go to the table, your best game, never drink at the table. They're wrong, okay? Jeremy is living proof of that. But with that pot, the antes have gone up to 30,000, and the blinds are 120, 240, Mike.
Tell you one thing, Vince, if Jeremy wins this, beer sales will go up around the country in every home poker game for sure.
Not a moment.
He's having fun. Now, Jeremy this time with queen 9. He says all in. Olivier mumbling to himself. He's just got jack 7 of clubs.
Well, Vince, he also understands that he's a massive chip underdog right now. Sometimes you just have to gamble in hopes to double up to make something happen. To be a cocktail. Get momentum on your side. The question is, do you want to do it with this hand right here?
I need one. Yeah, please. Can I get a drink? Jesus.
Sometimes players, you know, act like they're drinking a lot of beer, like they're getting, you know, cockeyed, and they're really not. This is not the case for Jeremy.
Right now he's got the best hand with the queen high.
Thirsty over here.
Olivier with a tough decision here as to what to do. Does he want to gamble with this hand?
I'm on E.
Like W.C. Fields here. Just give me another cocktail, give me a beer, and let me win the money.
That's so sick. Okay, cool.
Well, look at this.
Well, it could be over right here.
You were racing.
Says we're racing, not exactly. Jeremy is a 3-2 favorite to win this pot and take this title right here.
It could all come down to this. The very confident Jeremy Brown.
Well, he's raising the roof already, Vince, but it's not over yet. We haven't seen a flop yet.
Here comes the first 3.
Oh, it's 10-9 deuce.
Oh, Jeremy hitting his pair of 9s out in front.
No 8.
Well, an 8 does give Olivier a straight, so he needs an 8 or a jack to take the lead.
Olivier needs it desperately.
Oh, he hits a jack on the turn. It is a jack of diamonds, though. This card does give Jeremy a flush draw and a straight draw.
Diamond, a king, or an 8.
Or a queen or a 9.
Or 9. Diamond, king, 8, 9. I got a ton of outs. So many outs.
He is right about that. A ton of outs.
So many outs. I should just close my eyes and go to bed.
But right now, Olivier out in front with a shot to double up.
Can he make it happen right now and take down the title? Jeremy Brown.
I know it's coming. I know it's coming.
He thinks it's coming?
Oh,
Well, it's not.
good hand.
So the match continue as Olivier doubles up.
Yep, the only thing that's coming for Jeremy for sure is a wicked hangover.
Nice call. Hey, you had to do it.